I think the local church feels uncomfortable because it's countercultural on so many fronts. In so many ways, it goes against the spirit of our age. But I think that is exactly why it's important, and that's exactly why it's beneficial for our wisdom. So I'll just give a couple of examples of how the local church is countercultural and kind of provides an alternative to things that are making us foolish in the world. So one is the local church is a community in an age of individualism. So I think the individualistic orientation of our world, the look within yourself, follow your heart, you are the only, most trustworthy source of truth, that doesn't lead to wisdom. Even though that's kind of the way of the world, doesn't lead to wisdom. We need community in order to be wise. We need people who can be mirrors to us, who can kind of point out our blind spots, who can sharpen us, who we can grow together with. We need the accountability of community. It's essential for our wisdom, and so the church provides that. So that's one way that it's both countercultural and difficult, because community is difficult, but it's essential for our wisdom. I think another aspect of the church that's beneficial for our wisdom is that it's a God-oriented experience in a me-centered age. So again, the orientation of today's world is about me, iPhone, it's all about tailored things to me, preferences, opting out of things I don't like, not conducive to our wisdom. The God-centered orientation of church, where the focus is not on me, I'm not the star of the show, God is huge for our wisdom, because I think, again, God is the source of wisdom. And so if we want to become wise, putting the spotlight on him, being oriented around him is how we become wise. And church does that in its very form, in the rituals of worship, gathering together, singing God's praises, learning about God from his word, praying to God. All of those habits and rituals orient our hearts and minds around the source of wisdom, God. So that's another way that the church is countercultural and helpful for our wisdom. And I would also say that the continuity of the church across time in an age of disconnection and kind of present focus is another way that we glean wisdom from the church. Part of what makes us unwise, I think, is the present tense focus of this world, where we're very disconnected from history. We think that the problems now are totally unrelated to the problems before, and we're woefully ignorant of the past. And even sometimes Christians in churches today intentionally separate themselves from the past. And I think that's a really bad move, because there's so much wisdom in the continuity of Christianity. There's remarkable consistency in church practices and beliefs across 2,000 years of Christian history. So we need to avail ourselves of that. There's a wealth of wisdom in church history, whether it's theologians thousands of years ago who were writing, or just Christians who were dealing with issues that we're dealing with today, whether it's race or sexual issues. Like, these are not new issues, right, in humanity. Christians have wrestled with these in the past, and so in order to be wise, we need to look to the resources in our own Christian history. So those are a few ways that I think the local church is a really helpful boon to our wisdom in an unwise age.